Okay, we are live and welcome everybody again to another Africa Committee meeting. Today we have Blandin Akakpo of Togo. We have Dr. Joseph Senthapan coming in from India, and we're looking forward. We have a lot of ground to cover today.
Excellent.
Okay, thank you very much. Good evening, Doctor.
Well, welcome everybody again for another edition live today, coming across the ocean. Blandin, how are you feeling today in Africa?
I'm doing fine, and today, thank you for hosting this show. Today, we're going to talk about Mauritius that is working hard to make Mauritius a media hub for the whole of Africa and the world. We're going to talk about the Islamic Bank based in Jeddah that is to invest almost $3.45 billion in businesses in Africa. And what else? I don't know if you have any subject. And we're going to talk about, as you and us, but
Yeah.
of the projects in Ghana and we are having, if we have some potential investors in our group that could also come out with an idea or ideas, and we see how to guys and see if we need to sort out these issues, because of projects, so many people who clearly invest from above, when they come into contact with the project, so many things become obstacle to them, and we are stopped. Just like I told you that I was in last for a project that I'm stuck in Ghana. The project sponsors bank manager. If we can work, it's a very, very good, high potential for somebody to push.
Yeah, you're breaking up a lot, and it's hard to hear what you're saying because we're missing about every third or fourth word. But I'll jump over to Joe. Dr. Joseph, how are you doing today?
I'm doing well, Marty. It's been very hectic since I've been involved in so many things. So I could not read much. I mean, whatever the posts that are coming out through our USPSC groups and other groups that we are part of. So after Sunday night, that's when I started sending back messages. And then this afternoon, I found out that we'll be having a special meet on Africa. I thought I would just jump in and see what you have to share, and if there is anything that I can do. In fact, I've been talking to some guys here. I guess you know about Manu Seth. Is that correct, Martin? Manu Seth.
Yeah, I know of him. Yeah. Yeah, he's in a
Yeah.
bunch of different groups.
Yes, he is an out-and-out business guy, CEO of CTC, a famous tech company here, and then he has been doing so much business-wise. He's a great businessman. So I've connected with him now, and we are doing something together, and we are collaborating on many projects. So if there is something that he can bring in for enhancement of African development, probably we can bring in Manu as well. So let me hear what you have to share, Marty, and then I'll get some idea. In fact, I spoke with Blandin this afternoon about EB5. I posted something on EB5 in one of our groups, and then he came back to me asking certain questions. So I did have a chat with Blandin, and then if he's going to get us some clients, that would be fantastic. It would be financially good for him. So we are working on that. Plus other things that he has shared with us, shared with me personally about African investment. Let me work on that as well with the help of Manu. So we are collaborating. We are moving into different facets of networking and doing business together. So it's very exciting. We are just getting into it. Let's see how many opportunities we have. If we can collaborate on anything, we can just move forward and do it. So after all, we are here to help. We are here to share. We are here to care. We are here to lift others up. So African continent is part of my DNA. It's very close to my heart, besides India and Asia. So I would love to contribute, love to do something with whatever connections that I have around the world. Yeah.
Yep, and I'm just showing Blandin's profile for people to connect with him in Togo, Africa. And then also I have your profile up as well, so people can kind of put a name to the face. So let me just do yours again, Joseph, just in case people are trying to figure out exactly how do you spell the name. I can't find them on LinkedIn. That's Dr. Joseph right there. And Blandin, coming to us from Togo in West Africa, Blandin Akakpo is right here.
Yeah.
And then I did want to bring up, Blandin had mentioned the most recent news. So I'm going to bring up WhatsApp. Can you see my WhatsApp screen there?
Yeah, it's loading.
Okay. All right.
Yeah,
so
it's up there.
No,
let me do that.
yeah, not yet.
Yeah.
Okay.
We can
Let me
see
bring up.
Since
We
my
have.
talk was breaking, was breaking.
Yeah, it's still breaking up a little bit when you speak. But let me bring up. Yeah,
I wanted
there's
to
Blandin.
repeat what I said earlier on.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah. Yes, Blandin.
Yeah, go ahead, Blandin. This was the news this morning.
The news this morning is we have two news. Most of them are news targeted to Africa. And we have the Islamic Development Bank that did sign a memorandum with the 57 member countries. The Islamic Development Bank, based in Jeddah, based in Jeddah, that has 7 countries as members. And they design an MOU put into Africans $3.5 billion. Was information technology. We all know agriculture is the future. Everywhere in Africa, we still have we still have land, we still have so many things, and government in Africa, especially West Africa, what we are trying to do, the government, is to concentrate more on agriculture, and we are even diverting the youths who are coming out of university, interested in business, transformational business, because there are
absolutely
no sense they are trying in Togo and Benin, for instance, are trying to touch a bit the curricula in the universities, so that will be programmed with more question or whatever is in agricultural. That will be agricultural centered, and we have, even at the level of private universities too, we are having program, and the government is trying hard to if the youth or boys, even say you've been to have a job as a or whatever it is, giving out of their to push them into agricultural business, and the banks eager to local banks eager today to data in agriculture. They are no more interested so much in real estate, but when agribusiness put their money into the purchase of things that encourage the youth and come back to the farm. When we have money there, we have money. All of those days when we call them, they are the richest guys today. So the Islamic is putting $3.5 billion into agribusinesses, and $5 billion is going to take care of seed and so many serious, and they are even ready to as some country members with new project not in the system, add more money to this $5 billion. That's what they are doing.
Yeah, it looks good. I see
Africa,
what's going on here.
Africa.
So everybody, please take note of this web address up here if you'd like to read more about what's happening. This was in African Business, and Blandin put this out to the Africa Committee on our WhatsApp committees today. If you'd like to get onto our WhatsApp board, just contact me at WhatsApp or on LinkedIn, or contact Blandin or Dr. Joseph. Will bring you into the right boards. So a lot is going on with this, because I was very happy to see them come in, and other countries to come in now and start helping Africa.
Yes, absolutely.
Africa is the future.
Absolutely. And if you look at the
I was
African population, the African
telling
population
Joe
is
this
going
morning
to-
that in Joe,
We can't hear anything, Blandin. Probably may have to kill the video. You just use the audio, Blandin, so that we could hear what you're.
No problem.
Yeah, that would be fine.
Yeah, maybe that might help. Yeah.
That's what I want to do.
Let me see. He was saying maybe you might want to turn off your video, Blandin. Oh, okay. So he just popped out a second, Joseph. But let me go
That's
back
right.
to just sharing that screen. Maybe when he comes back in again, he'll be able to turn off his video and just use audio. Also, the investment there in Togo is pretty big. We covered that last meeting, all with the port of Lomé, and we have sent letters now there about the Lomé Togo terminal. Hopefully, we will have as a special guest coming on next month from Togo and from the investment group. So that could be really cool. He also had said for this month, he just spent several days in Ghana and he tried to meet up with Amui Quaye to check in on the cocoa farms with Amui and his business plan. So it'll be interesting to see. Amui keeps saying that his cocoa farm is ready to go. They're going to purchase. They're looking forward to coming in. And so that's what he was doing over in Ghana. I'm gonna jump back in a second. Let me see, Blandin, can you hear us? Okay.
Hello?
Yeah.
Hey.
Welcome back.
Hello?
We can hear you, Blandin.
Okay. Thank you, Joe.
Excellent.
So as I was saying, I was talking about the bank. Yeah. Is now invest in Africa because we have countries. 3.5 billion to business, and it's a great news. For most countries, associated with our national development by the government, this program is working, and at the center of this program, we have agriculture, agri-information in Africa, initiative from the Islamic Development Bank.
Well, we're still having problems.
Yeah,
Tons of
they all
problems
realize
hearing you, Blandin. It's very difficult to hear you.
Martin, do you think Google Chat or Zoom?
No, I mean, honestly, we use this. This is the state-of-the-art utility worldwide. It's the best made in the world, and we don't have these problems. I think it's his computer and his connection. It's also very noisy in the background, but we're using this all across Africa yesterday, New Zealand, Australia, all across Europe, Japan, Asia, China, every day. It's just on his broadcast. I think maybe a problem with his connection.
Yeah, with the airwaves, yeah.
Yeah. So we got to get him into some place where he's got a stronger connection. Is a big challenge. How you doing, Amui?
Yeah, Martin, I'm doing great.
Okay, we were
I
just.
hope everybody is doing fine too.
Yes, sir. We're doing good. We were just saying
development that our
was over
government
there.
will not put part of that money, a huge bunch, in their own pockets. That's what we are praying for. That's what we're praying for.
It's getting better, Blandin. Go ahead.
Sounds a little bit better.
I don't know if
So-
Joe has any.
We could
Okay.
hardly hear you, Blandin.
No.
You know, it's breaking up. So
Is he breaking?
it's okay sometimes. It's not okay.
Is it still
sometimes.
breaking?
No,
No, it's not
now
breaking now.
it's not breaking now.
Okay. Okay. Very soon.
Well, let me go back and wrap up with the Islamic Development Bank and the $3.5 million today. I was sharing that screen for agricultural, very important, all over the news this morning, and just wanted to get that information out there to everybody. So we had this particular screen up from the Islamic Development Bank. And the 57 different member Jeddah-based Islamic Development Bank has decided to do this, and we were really happy to see this because it's good to see more countries putting more money into Africa. The next thing that was big
More
news
countries.
was actually Blandin. Did you want to talk about the International Media Hub?
Yeah, maybe I should start and you can. I don't know. Or you start and I will add to it, whichever way you want.
Yeah, let me
How do
share
you want
that.
it to go?
Well, let me share that news about the Media Hub in Mauritius and put that up on screen.
Mauritius.
Okay, so there you go there. This was also in African business.
Yeah.
So did you want to talk about this at all?
I can. Oh, I know Joe know Mauritius. I know you know Mauritius, but all
Yeah,
I want I can say before you add to it, Mauritius is very important Africa, and when it comes to development, it's like the whole free zone to Africa and the whole world, and the government of Mauritius always give some kind of big incentives to all over the world to set up there. Even when it comes to taxes, down building house there. Now, set up, make care of the whole of Africa. Not a hub in media support the major in the sector of media. Media houses all over Africa to when it comes to you can get there from afar, build some positive and partnership with them. So trying to do and make way to the whole of Africa, very, very positive. And when you go to what is written there, you see what we can all benefit from it. Knowing very well the business advantage, the edge that Mauritius has over most countries in Africa. I had a friend the other day who has business in the last 3 weeks or another company in Mauritius. He told me that he's going to gain a lot from it because of the advantages, the incentive from the Mauritius government. And even when it comes to IT, information technology, Mauritius doesn't play at all They don't play. I know a lot of people, and in Ghana, I don't know if Amui is aware of that. They are trying to, the Mauritius government is trying to put us something in Ghana, just like Silicon Valley.
Ah, wow.
To serve the whole of West Africa. They started that project about a year ago or two, just before the coming of the coronavirus. And they are putting a lot of millions. They're trying to do something. Silicon Valley for the whole of Africa. And it's a huge project initiated by the Mauritius government itself.
Mm.
And they are doing that in Tema, in Ghana. Yeah. So it's and we all see Mauritius as a gateway. You get there, you will not regret it. I know you know it.
Yeah, it's a great place for tourism. Lots of sandy beaches.
Yeah, it's all the way out there off the coast of even Madagascar.
Yeah, it actually does not have the same advantages when it comes to technology development. You know, Mauritius is not under France. Mauritius is in a way a colony, and they are still under British, but with much more liberty to do their own. It's not just like France, what we mean in Ivory Coast, in Benin, and with all they have. But if you see the poverty in Madagascar, you can't believe.
Yeah, I see here the media city Mauritius.
Yes, they are very, very good. A lot of offshore. A lot of people have their offshore from America.
Yeah. I've also heard that lots of offshore banking activities are taking place right now.
Offshore companies. Yeah.
Lots of companies.
Offshore companies. Yeah.
Well, very interesting to see
this
news
Australia.
also. Yep, the media campus, the media city Mauritius, and all of this has just been hitting the news today as well.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let me come back.
They are very welcoming. My friend told me that they are very, very welcoming. They don't even see people. Everybody. So far as you have seen good project in your hands, then you are welcome to Thailand.
Yeah. It used to be famous for tourism. Now it's like Dubai and other Middle Eastern countries. They are modernizing it and they are into many economic activities. Yeah.
Okay, and let me see also since the last meeting, we also need to make sure everybody realizes I want to rewind in time to the $30 billion announced by the United States. Today we had from Blandin, as everybody can see there, the couple of things, the Islamic Development Bank for $3.5 billion, the Technology Information Center established in Mauritius. But also this week we had the very good fortune of hosting the whole African celebration for the South African hosted event by Fumza Dayani. That was really neat. Resilient Women Resetting the Scene Post-COVID was this week. That is all on YouTube. If people want to go to YouTube and watch the rerun of that entire show. There was a lot of people on. She had a bunch of different guests, Fumza Dayani, and that was all about harnessing the power of women and transforming and adopting into, post-COVID. So this was a lot about women in business, women in leadership, and women thirsty for change. And that is on YouTube. It is actually underneath. If you go into my channel, it is underneath all of the Africa committee playlist. So if people are looking for it, you can actually see Fumza right here. The Resilient Women Resetting the Scene Post-COVID. So
Wow.
this was a great show this week, and just pop in there to catch up on that. Now let me go back. In fact, and I will turn that off.
Okay, we are.
And I want to go back into WhatsApp because we have a lot of activity on WhatsApp that we do. And also, we had announced the $720 million in humanitarian aid. So, that had come up from USAID for food, safe water, and more during the pandemic. A couple of different African Youth Summit is coming up, the Power Summit 2021. And so we put the information out on this one. This is in the Blandin's official Africa group. That was the Youth United Council of India for Africa. So more information on that is available on LinkedIn. If you want to catch it this year or next year, whenever you can catch up to the United Youth Council of India. And that was just finished up. Let me go back also backwards in time, a little bit further back, and just show folks the poster from earlier this week. The Youth Council was on the 7th. On the 9th, yesterday, like I said, was the Resilient Women Resetting the Scene Post-COVID. All these reruns are available. You can watch them. And then let me go back a little bit further back we had Happy Founders Day this week. In fact, from Amui Quaye in Ghana, had put up some information for everybody on Founders Day. We asked him to please explain this to folks around the world, who the founders are for Founders Day in Ghana. I didn't know anything about this. So
I saw Amui Gingin. Maybe he lost the connection.
Yeah. He typically is on a cell phone.
I saw
So
him.
yeah. Also, African Development Bank had popped up, and I wanted to start making everybody aware of the African Development Bank. You can follow them. They have almost 300,000 followers on LinkedIn. Please follow the African Development Bank. They have all types of updates going on. So let me shrink those down as well and head back in. I still want to rewind back in time a little bit here. They did have some stuff in Kenya for Mary Nadiritu and several of our other members in Kenya who are quite active. We seem to be adding a few more members. We may add another ambassador in training, Dr. Joseph. I think you told me this morning.
That's right. Yeah. I got all the 3 references from his members, so I'm looking at them. I should be able to give you a report by the end of this week.
Excellent. So this was all in Kenya here from the African Development Bank. and how this particular farmer, Peter Nozoka, used to use petrol generators, but now his fields are flourishing thanks to the last mile connectivity project. And this is providing electricity access across Kenya. So this was a really cool article. Literally bring the power. And there he is. So people are always asking, like, hey, where's the proof? Where's the evidence? You know, it's all there, guys. The squeaky wheel gets the oil. I still want to rewind in time just a little bit. We had a bunch of information from the ingenuity of One Power. And I was going to run that video, but let me just show you a few photos from One Power and what's going on with solar. So sometimes a picture is worth 1,000 words.
Who is doing all these, Martin?
This one is all through USAID in the United States.
Who is overseeing it?
Oh yeah. So this is actually through the Power Africa grant. This is a USAID funded Power Africa grant. And then, you know, the company that actually is helping is One Power. Yeah. And this was a clinic actually that needed help and wanted to switch, you know, and get off of also using petrol. And this is in Lesotho. So before we get lost and people get confused, Lesotho is a very landlocked area inside of like South Africa.
South Africa,
Yeah, so let me just show people where Lesotho is, because I do have a lot of comments from people. They're like, you know, we get so lost with what you're talking about. We don't even understand or know what you're talking about. These names, these words in the English. We don't actually know where these countries are, like Lesotho. So if you could bring up a map, Marty, it would really help American investors and European investors watching the show. So let me shrink this down for everybody. I want to get Africa all the way in there. Joe, can you see that?
Oh yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna zoom back in again on Lesotho. This is where we're at. This is where we're talking about. This is a tiny little country inside of, you know, just like Eswatini. These are little countries inside of essentially South Africa. So I'm going to go back in there to where we were talking about. And yeah, the truth is it does take money. Okay, so this particular article, we put this out from Power Africa, which is being funded and paid for by USAID.
Wow.
And this affected 6,800 people. This is a new video and a new film that we put out. And we've already had people asking, how can I get this electricity, this solar for my village? I'm in this country, I'm here, I'm there. And you can see, you know, we're trying to get them to USAID or to DFC. The United States International Development Finance Corporation has $30 billion that they're looking to distribute in Africa. We had this whole meeting 2 weeks ago. We're looking for 30 million new customers that want this money. But Blandin and I were talking this morning on WhatsApp privately, and they do have some requirements. You know, if you're going to try to go through DFC, you have to be in business for 2 years. You've got to have some traction. If you want to go to USAID and get a grant, that's just free money.
Yeah.
Okay. So these are different. The international, you know, through the World Bank, these are all partners. This is another American corporation, the Millennium Challenge Corporation in Washington, D.C. is part of this. And so this is what's been happening in Lesotho. Huge success, providing power.
It's beautiful.
Yeah. And I have a little video here today. I'll put it on just for a second, Joe. Let me see if you can hear the the audio.
I'm sure they are doing some community development activities too.
Oh, yeah. This was a big thing. Hold on one second. Somebody, here comes, they'll bring in Amui again. So this is how this works. This is how it sets up. And we had a lot of problems getting the truck down there.
Oh, yeah.
It was not as easy as we thought.
Mm-hmm.
It looked like it was short.
They don't seem to have roads, proper roads.
Yeah, it looked like it was a very simple drive, but no.
No roads.
It was not so simple.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see if you can hear this, Joe, in India.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Beautiful.
You can hear that music?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
For people who live with power, I don't think they understand how
Beautiful.
it is to be without power.
Mariam Sisiu is the head nurse at this remote clinic in the village of Manamaneng, Lesotho, that services over 6,000 people from 36 surrounding villages.
Wow.
We have all kinds of patients coming for services. Every day, we'll have pregnant women, TB patient, HIV patient, under 5, COVID screening, you name it.
This entire clinic is being run off a diesel generator, which is not fully operational and provides a largely unreliable and dirty source of power.
Once we don't have this, the generator is like a white elephant. The moment that system is not working, I cannot feel that. You will not try. You are homeless. You are nothing.
Hello?
This clinic in Lesotho is just one of thousands in sub-Saharan Africa that have no clean nor reliable energy sources. In fact,
Yeah, we're still
nearly
here.
60% of
We're just
all
running a
healthcare
video,
facilities
Blandin.
have no access to electricity at all. Which is why the United States government, through USAID and Power Africa, awarded $2.6 million in grants to 9 solar energy companies to provide sustainable, clean, reliable, off-grid power to clinics across sub-Saharan Africa.
Power Africa initiated a health facility electrification grant as part of its redirection efforts towards the COVID-19 response. The purpose of the grant is to ensure that private companies install power in clinics so that they can operate at night.
Matt Oros is the Chief Executive Officer of One Power, a Lesotho-based solar energy company that was awarded one of the 9 Power Africa grants.
To give you a quick overview of Lesotho, it's known as the Mountain Kingdom. It's very daunting terrain, but beautiful mountains, beautiful scenery. And most of the people in the country live off of a dirt road in a village in the mountains, pretty far from amenities and utilities like electricity and running water. So I thought if people get together as a team, as a company, and kind of consolidate their efforts and their resources, maybe we can solve some of these challenges. And that's sort of the brainchild of how we formed One Power.
When the One Power team left the Lesotho capital of Maseru,
So that's how
to
One
bring
Power
power
came
to
about,
Mariam's
Joe.
clinic in Manamaneng, they expected the journey.
So
to be
incredible. Incredible.
Our first reference was coming from Google Earth, but then Google Earth doesn't show you all the curves and everything about the road. It was not what we expected.
Yeah, you can't use Google for
There's
everything.
some instances where they had to reverse and the passenger will be looking outside of the window and praying like, hey, we are almost at the edge. But thankfully they made it.
You
here.
need to be a specialist truck driver to get in
You
there.
do? Yeah, he said he was
One of the
praying.
essential services offered at this clinic is maternal and child health care. Due to the nature of the terrain in Lesotho, many of the
Pure
expectant
rural.
mothers travel for days by horseback or by foot to get here and live for weeks before their delivery dates.
For them to stay here is better because they might deliver before the expected date of delivery. That is why we have got this functional waiting mothers home.
Makupano arrived at the clinic a few weeks ago. She came alone to wait for the delivery of her first baby.
Ha ke kala tla mo sitsing ke tlo dula teng ke ne ke tloa Goldberg re tlile go le mohudi ha ke fihla monanang ke ne ke tsamaya ka maoto ke half ya letsatsi.
This expectant mother's waiting room has no power at all, as the generator is not connected to this part of the clinic.
Eya ka nnete go thata gobane ke hopola hae ke hopola batswadi ba ka ke hopola metswalle ke hopola batho.
Miriam has been a midwife for almost 30 years, and she is famous in these parts for her compassion and the love she gives to all her expecting mothers and babies. Every day, she takes the expecting mothers out of the clinic and into the sunlight to dance and exercise, getting them mentally and physically prepared for natural labor.
Bakudi ba hao ke lona le ntlafatsang qetello ya bokgatjhane ba bona.
This is Maritabile's second baby at the clinic, so she knows there's no medical cover in this facility. So she knows there's
When the baby is smaller, you're not receiving because of that problem. We are struggling. Ah, God. Sorry, my dear. There is unfortunately.
This ultrasound machine, which is an essential part of antenatal care, cannot be used due to unreliable power at the clinic. Unreliable power at the clinic. Everyone's worst nightmare, deliveries at the clinic often have to take place at night, even though there is no electricity.
Not challenging with a woman in pain. Not challenging with the baby wants to come out.
Ne ke tla ke tshile haholo go fetela ka ga lefile ke tla ke batla go bona ngwana.
Makupano's baby didn't come out, but the reality of using a simple lamp to light up the delivery room is very much a part of Miriam's life.
The solar lamp is only the rescue that we have if the generator is not on or it can't be started with a resort to solar lamps, nothing else.
It was essential for Power Africa that one power, together with all the other grant had a sustainable business plan for every clinic installation.
We are promoting a market-driven approach where the customers where they feel a sense of ownership. In this grant, we're expecting that companies will come up with an operation maintenance plan that will go beyond the period of the grant and ensure that the systems continue to operate once the grant period is ended.
But One Power is a company. It's not an NGO. So basically, we make electricity. We happen to do that with solar panels, and that's the revenue stream. So we make electricity and we sell electricity. We do it affordably, and we do it in places where nobody else is able to do it. Those clinic systems right now are generating probably 2 to 3 times as much power as those clinics need. So the fact that we've got 2 to 3x more capacity in those clinic systems mean that we can connect dozens of houses and some schools to those containers. So the idea is to expand into the communities to additionally sell electricity to the surrounding villages. People have a variety of different methods to get energy into their lives, but all of those methods cost more than our mini grid plant.
USAID believes that the purpose of foreign aid is to end the need for its existence. Therefore, all these grants, not just the one in Lesotho, had to do more than just provide power to the clinics. They had to have an expansion plan that would aid in economic development for the surrounding areas.
Without power, communities are limited in what they can do. they cannot bring their dreams into reality.
We're contributing towards change in a good way, in a sustainable way, and it's going to be something that is going to last beyond even our time.
After almost 7 days of non-stop work, Siama and the One Power team were almost ready to turn the lights on at the clinic.
We've already disconnected the clinic's whole system. Definitely tonight we'll be energizing the clinic from our container.
Once the clinic has been switched over to the new One Power system, they will never be in darkness again.
Even though we are doing this under the name of the company, as individuals, we are also living a part of ourselves in each and every installation that we do. Okay, man. From today onwards, you'll be getting your power directly from the container. No need to turn on the generator during the night. You can turn on the power so that you can see it coming on.
Wow, 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 wow.
I'm running short of words. My heart is so touched. Day in, day out, timing the generator on, this level, the sound. Really, it was hectic for us. Silent power is with us now.
Okay, guys,
Wow.
I'm going to shrink that down and turn that off and come back to you guys. I saw Amui was struggling to get in. Let me make sure Blandin is unmuted. Blandin, it looks like you have to unmute yourself. Yep, there you go. Any parting words before we sign off for this month? Words before we for this month.
No. Me, what of a serious problem that and we need serious people to come into the game to solve those issues. But usually, apart from the World Bank, the United States process or system is the solar energy that we are using. Most people are getting used to the solar energy system. This is something I'm going to discuss with Joe later on because it's helping a lot. It's cheaper. It's helping a lot. And I have the intention to bring that tool inside my group because in Togo we have only 2 companies that are doing it, but they don't have a training system. So when the equipment fail, it's finished. They have to go and buy another set. But I want to put up a system where we supply and there will be aftermarket service. We train very well the people so that they can take good care of the products and the whole set over there. So, and I wrote a company in India ago. Hard Tech, the company is called Hard Tech. I'll write it to Joe. They are mainly into solar energy. The we can discuss, but he's not yet replied. I don't know why. Maybe they are only concentrating on India now. But I am looking for an opportunity for that. And if possible, I will travel to the people, have a look at what they are doing, and discuss some kind of partnership with them. Because we need those things in Africa. Before America, USA, or the World Bank would disburse $10 billion, $75 billion to fund those type of things, someone can spend $1,000, maybe $1,500 to buy a kit, solar energy kit for his house. 2-bedroom house, a small house. You do that in a very remote village, and you are okay. You can use it for your TV, your fan, your small fridge, and your family is okay. While the World Bank news will come one day with 10 billion, 25 billion, $100 billion to country, the whole. We need to take care of the people very, very low. Grassroots are the people, the far removed areas, people that are in 300 kilometers away from Lomé. People that are in 300 kilometers away from Lomé, 400 kilometers away from Lomé, who never come, who never visited the town, who don't even know Lomé, and they live in the darkness all over. So when they see that, it's like God coming down, coming onto the earth to meet them. So it's part of, personally, my group project, it's part of our project, and I know we'll be getting a contact, a reliable contact as to where to source these technologies and replicate the technology, and not only to buy, but have the training so that we can also train people here. We don't want to buy only the product, and always when there's a problem, we call them. Yeah. So that whenever there's a problem, we call them. No, we want to buy, and if there's a need to pay for a training package, they train 1 or 2 technicians so that when they come down, they will be able to replicate, to do that, to train other people here for us. That's what I have as another project, but I know it will come into play.
Well, it sounds fantastic, and thank you so much. Merci beaucoup. Thank you so much. I'll catch you guys later. I'm going to get started on the Othello show.
Okay. All right.
Later, Othello show.
Okay. All right, Martin.
Thank you very much.
Good day. All right.
Take care, guys.
We'll meet soon. Bye-bye. Take care.